It's hard to believe another month is already in the books, but that means it's time to take a look at everything that earned a spot in my pockets throughout May of 2026. Every month I like to look back what I actually carried. Not what looked good on Instagram or Facebook, but the gear that actually ended up in my pockets every single day. Some of these items have been favorites for quite a while now, yet this month also saw a few newer additions. So if you're curious about what actually made the cut and got carried day after day, here's my everyday carry for May 2026. I tend to cover the wallet first. It's the piece of gear that's with me every single day without fail. As much as it would pain me to leave a knife or a flashlight at home, I can do it, but leaving my wallet at home just really isn't an option. I've noticed that I've stepped out of my garage a few times and I forgot my wallet back on the kitchen counter inside, and I've had to run inside and grab it. Now the crazy thing is, this hasn't happened at all with this wallet, as this is the one I've been using for the past few months. This is called the PunCube MagSafe wallet, and it attaches directly to the back of my phone. I always thought wallets on the back of phones are a little bit gimmicky and not really for me. Yet this one completely changed my view, and I honestly can't ever see myself going back. This is just so thin and low profile, I never even notice it when it's attached to my phone. I can access all the cards without taking it off the phone, and it features this kind of interesting sliding mechanism that fans out all the cards. It's not perfect, that it's a little bit hard to pull out the cards towards the front, and I instead put my most used card in the very back, so it's easier to pull out and use. Another drawback to this design is there isn't really a slot to carry any cash, so I'm strictly cards only at the moment, which is kind of a big bummer for me, but I can overlook it. I also like to carry a few spare band-aids in my wallet, and again, this doesn't really allow for that. But what it does, carrying cards in a very minimal form, just by sliding on the back of my phone, I absolutely love it. It frees up my whole back pocket that I used to store my wallet in. It just sits so tight and flush on my phone I forget it's there. I really saw the advantages to this wallet when I was in Hawaii last month on my honeymoon. I kept my loadout very light as I was mainly just running to the beach most days, and having my wallet paired with my phone just allowed me to forget it somewhere and not really worry about putting it down and forgetting it and losing it. I will say this is a little bit pricey at $87, but it's worked extremely well for me, and it's honestly surprised the heck out of me, as I've always been a really big fan of handmade leather wallets, and this couldn't be further from that, but here I am. I just cannot recommend this guy enough. Now let's cover multi-tools I've carried this month, and this is going to be a little bit of a controversial one, so let's head right into it. For the longest time, I've really sworn by Leatherman, and more specifically the Leatherman Curl. This is a bit more of a budget Leatherman and cheaper than some of their more premium offerings, yet it offers almost the exact same toolset as the popular Wave at a hefty discount. I really love the Curl as it features a really large toolset, comes with an included pocket clip, and loses the two outside accessible tools on the back from the Wave, which helps bring down the weight just a little bit, which makes it more pocket friendly. I really love this tool. I've carried this almost every day for a year, yet Leatherman has really put me off for the past 2 months, so I haven't been carrying this much anymore. Not because it's a bad tool, it's actually a really great one, but just because Leatherman is just really pushing me away. I'm going to have a separate video over this topic soon, but I recently had a really poor experience with Leatherman and their warranty that's been ongoing and still ongoing for the past 2 months. Really quick spoiler, I've had to reach out to Leatherman on 4 separate occasions and talk to 4 different people just to find out about my tool and its status. And then it shipped, I never even got a notification, and you cannot believe the attitude I was given over the phone. Again, I'll cover this in a later video, but it's been extremely frustrating, so I've kind of put down the Leatherman for the time being. Instead, I've kind of been gravitating to these 2 tools. The first one up is just a classic Victorinox, and this one is the Pioneer X. Really great, really high quality knife / multi-tool with a nice pair of beefy scissors, and I've just been dropping this down the pocket, and it works really great with this little lanyard. It's just a really great multi-tool, even though it doesn't have a set of pliers. I mainly use this for the scissors. Unfortunately, this is a little bit pricey, but I managed to pick this up secondhand on Blade Bench for a steal, and I absolutely love this. I have a video over this tool specifically if you want more info. Next up is the smallest multi-tool, but also one that's quickly becoming one of my favorites. This is the Nextool S0. This is just extremely small and thin and disappears in any pocket or bag due to its size. This can be a pro or a con at the same time, as my wife forgot hers in her backpack again on our honeymoon, and we were stopped at TSA so they could examine it. Fortunately, this is TSA friendly, as it does not feature a knife blade, and instead just features scissors, small tweezers, a little bottle opener, screwdriver, so we were able to keep it and go on our way. This is a really nice, good tool. It's nice to travel with, even though you might get stopped. These are extremely cheap and lightweight, so I have a few of these stashed in my car and backpack. Really love it. Now to everyone's favorite, the knives. To be honest, it was a little bit of a slow month on the knife front. I haven't really been buying and selling much knives lately, as I have so much other stuff to cover on the channel, like several backpacks, multi-tools, and other gear, so knives have kind of taken the back seat. That said, I did buy one knife this month, and it's one of my favorites in a very long time. I was browsing Facebook one night and I happened on a listing for this knife right here. This is the ProTech SBR featuring titanium scales that have been blizzard washed by way of knife. Best of all, this was under $75. Now, I'm not an automatic fan, and in fact, this is my very first one, but I thought it was a really great entry price, especially for a ProTech, so I thought, why not? The moment I pressed the button for the first time, I knew why these were so popular. This blade just flies out and it hits back so sharply. It's unlike any other knife I've tried. This is a rather small knife, coming in at under 6 inches and a half long, and then a blade length just under 3 inches, yet in hand, it feels very comfortable, and I can just barely get a full 4-finger grip here. There's great jimping on the spine, really comfortable handle with this finger groove here. I'm just really impressed with it. This is coming with S35 VN, and for the price I paid, I think I got a steal. I'll have a video over this knife on the channel soon, so stay tuned. Now I have another knife that has found its way in my pocket on the off chance I don't want to carry a folder, and I instead want a small fixed blade, and that's this Petrified Fish Bison. It's just a really simple full tang fixed blade of 14C 28N steel. No handle scales or really anything here, just a really straight piece of metal and a very small minimalist Kydex sheath. I feel like this is extremely underrated fixed blade as it comes in 14C 28N, like every knife nowadays, has a really minimal fold over taco style sheath that I love, and best of all, this is around the $30 mark. This is a really great value and very lightweight, which makes it really great for these warmer summer months, as you can just drop this in the pocket and forget about it. Now we're almost done, but we just have one more category left, and that's flashlights. Now if you've watched any of my previous videos on this channel, I've raved and raved and raved about the Manker E052. It's small, lightweight, USB-C rechargeable, and packs over 1,000 lumens in this very compact size. I still absolutely love it, and I can't recommend it enough, but recently I've been noticing it doesn't hold a charge like it used to. With the weather getting warmer and nicer out, I've found myself staying outside longer and later and kind of well after the sun goes down, so I like a flashlight to give me a little bit of light for late evening outdoor activities. So with this heavier need, I've actually turned to the Wubin X4, and this thing is just a beast. Of course, it's much larger than the Manker, so it's also more powerful and also has more features like this side panel light here. This light is a little bit of a chunk, so definitely noticeable in the pocket. It's not the best everyday carry light out there, but we need a lot of light for a while. This has been a really big game changer for me. So that about wraps up everything I carried this month. Looking back, not very many new additions here, but that's not a bad thing. That means I'm finding things that work and work well enough to stay, so I'm pretty happy with it. So let me know down in the comments what you think. If you have any suggestions or upgrades, definitely let me know below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.